Welcome back, folks. We left off right here before chapter 12. Let's get started. In a way, after I was done being sad about Tevin, I was glad Tevin was gone, because he made me think too much. Why do some people go to prison and some don't? Do they put people in prison so they can't hurt other people? Or do they put people in prison to punish them? Or do they put people in prison so they have time to figure out what they did wrong so they can change? And if that's the case, how does it help to take a mother away from her child, a child away from his mother? But now I have a best friend, Margaret, and the hardest stuff we have to think about is what's going to happen next in our story. So even though I haven't forgotten about that other stuff, my brain gets a little time off. I think we need to work on it at my house tonight, she is telling me. It hasn't rained again, but a lot of our outdoor time we spend on our stories, sitting under the umbrella table by the pool, while Yvette and Beatrice talk or try to teach Elise how to swim. That one boy who used to come hasn't come back. Guess he felt outnumbered. Margaret and I finished our mermaid story, and now we are working on a fairy story about two elves that get into all sorts of trouble. I figured out the fun of this game is to throw Margaret some twists and turns and surprises in my chapter that she has to figure out in her part and still make the story make sense and have that so what, like my language arts teacher, Miss Genovese, would say when we study writing in class. Like, that's an interesting series of events, but so what? The so what? We want our story to have a meaning. Margaret wants me to come to her house again so we can continue work on our elf story, but I still haven't had her over to my house yet. I am thinking that if Margaret is really my best friend, I should tell her the truth. I should tell her about my mother, because I'm pretty sure Margaret thinks that Matu is my mother. And it's not that I don't like Matu. I love Matu, but she is not my mother. I feel like I can trust Margaret. I feel like there isn't anything I couldn't tell her. Besides, Matu was the one to suggest I invite Margaret over. So I say out loud, "Why don't you come over to my house this time?" Margaret looks excited. "Okay, we can just stop at my house and ask my mom. But don't you have to ask your mom first?" Now, there's a question. I know no one would believe me, but I've never had anyone over to my house for dinner before, so I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do. "No, it's fine. I just say she loves it. I bring people over. She loves it when I bring people over." Which is kind of true, because I know Matu would love it if I had a friend, but as I am talking, I also know Matu hates surprises. But as it turns out, it's all fine. No worries. We stop first at Margaret's house after camp, and Margaret's mother calls my house and makes sure it's okay. And Matu happens to be in a particularly good mood. She says she'd be thrilled to meet my new friend. We practically skip the rest of the way, with Yvette and Beatrice trailing behind.